Good morning, gang. Happy Monday morning. Okay, so now we get into what's going on. Everybody was kind of paying attention to Israel-Iran over the weekend to see what happens. And as they're volleying ICBMs back and forth at each other, missiles, drones, etc., the U.S. still has not officially gotten involved. Good. Okay. We have no business being there. But I want to ask you this. Do you have any idea how valuable your preps are right now? Probably not. We are this close from economic disaster. And we have no control over it. That's how crazy this is, okay? People don't realize how much of a tinderbox this war is for the global economy. You hear people talk all the time about the Persian Gulf, about the Straits of Hormuz. Do you even know what it looks like? Okay. This is a map. That little circle right there is the Straits of Hormuz, okay? It's a tiny little place. That body of water to the left is the Persian Gulf. Now, if you take a look on there, Iran basically controls everything, all the landmass, north, on the north side of the Gulf. You have Iraq, you have Kuwait, you have Bahrain, you have Qatar, you have the UAE, and because of those countries, you have Saudi Arabia. Anybody know what comes out of those countries? Yeah, y'all do, okay? It's oil. But Iran controls the Straits of Hormuz, okay? And it doesn't take anything but a snap of their fingers to shut it down, okay? Let's say, for example, that Israel sends a ICBM to Karg Island. Okay, that's where 90% of Iran's oil exports flow through. Or let's say they hit the Bandar Abbas terminals. Okay, that's basically where everybody else's does. And Iran closes the Straits of Hormuz. That's 20% of the global oil supply. Now, we hear all the stories about Trump trying to get Keystone going again, trying to get Anwar pumping again, etc., etc., etc. That doesn't happen overnight. You shut down the Straits of Hormuz, that does happen overnight. Give you an idea. Analysis, not mine. This is OPEC. I mean, everybody else's. The oil industry's analysis. If the Straits of Hormuz is shut down, gasoline goes to $7 a gallon overnight. What are you paying right now? I'm paying about $2.50. I'm actually happy at that. It's not terrible. Okay, it ain't $4 or $5. I'm in Tennessee. Gas is cheap. Those of you guys in California or Massachusetts or Nevada or Chicago, you know what expensive gas is. Okay. So if it hits $7 for me, that'd be gas prices tripling. Well, if gas is what, $5 or $6 in California, you're looking at $15, $18, let's just say. Imagine filling your car. That would crush pretty much every working family in the country. Think about the trucking industry. That crushes the trucking industry. Truckers, I mean, when you look at diesel around here is a little, about $3.50 a gallon. Okay, I can't imagine what it is in, again, California, Massachusetts, New York, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You look at what the truckers would have to pay to fill their tanks. Where do you think that cost is passed on to? Anything and everything you buy at the store. All those times you want to bitch about semis on the road, that they're hard to pass, they go slow, et cetera, et cetera. They're carrying stuff to a store that you buy, all right? Simply put, they stop, so does everything else. Inflation goes through the roof because of this. There's a one teeny little tiny red circle on a map controlled by Iran, okay? That's all it takes. The U.S. isn't involved in the war yet. It's kind of interesting. There were stories out that Israel wanted to assassinate Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and Trump put his foot down and said no. Now, kill an American soldier, bomb a military base, that may change. I mean, give you this, we have about 40,000 troops, naval and otherwise, in the Middle East. Whether or not they are pilots or Navy personnel or whatever, kill one of them and we have a problem. Israel has said that Donald Trump is number one on the Iranian hit list, which of course means that, all the Democrats in this country are now pro-Iran. Go figure, they are terrorists anyway. But this is how close we are and how much your preps mean to you. All it takes is one little mistake. Iran did damage the U.S. Embassy in Israel. We haven't seen what the response from the U.S. is going to be on that yet. But that is hitting our sovereign territory. I mean, again, remember, your embassy is considered your land. Okay, the Russian embassy in Washington, D.C. is considered Russian soil, even though it's on our land. So our embassy in Israel is considered U.S. soil. Yeah, you look at that. What if there's retaliation? What if we do get involved? There's calls from Iran to establish a Islamic super military. They're asking Pakistan, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia to join them in the fight against Israel. That would be interesting because Turkey's part of NATO. Saudi Arabia is our ally. Now what do you do? Okay. This is where this all gets ugly. And where I don't envy anybody who's trying to negotiate all of this, because the moving parts of this puzzle are insane. But that's how close, how teeny tiny close we are. All it takes is one guy to put the wrong coordinates in a computer, and all hell breaks loose. All it takes is one radical leader somewhere to say, we're going to do something with this side or the other. I mean, again, we've got China, Russia, Pakistan all saying that they're going to help Iran in this. That ain't good. Okay, not like we have real close ties with Pakistan. Obviously, we all know what's going on with Russia. But interesting, China, you want to support Iran? And they touch anything U.S.? China? Tariffs are the least you had to worry about. We're done. Oh, that would go right back to our economic problems. The preps you have, the food, how important is that right now? If the trucks don't run, the grocery stores are empty. The fuel you have put back, and I know it's not easy. You can basically have 6 months of fuel before it's going to start to go bad. Invest in stable, guys. Okay. Put it in gas. You can get more gas if you will. Buy it now while it's cheap. Trust me, if gas goes to $7 a gallon, you're going to be absolutely thrilled with $2.50 a gallon gas, or whatever the price is near you if gas triples. Watch this stuff, pay attention to this stuff, figure out the next step before everybody else does. Because y'all know, just like what happened during COVID, when all of a sudden it hits CNN, oh my God, they closed the Straits of Hormuz. And then somebody says on CNN, gas prices are going up. That's when all the Looney Tune liberals will take notice. And that's when we all need to be sitting on the porch, watching the chaos, watching everybody freak out, taking out shopping carts full of toilet paper again. And we've already got ours in the back. I know a lot of people have said, well, gee, you don't need to prep as much right now because, Trump is not a raving idiot like Joe Biden was. The world isn't ruled by one man. Yeah, sure, the president of the United States is the most powerful man in the free world. But he doesn't make the decisions. He doesn't make 99% of them that affect what we do. Okay? If Netanyahu pushes the button and picks something, okay, anything in the Straits, anything in the oil supply chain, we're FUBAR. And we have nothing to do with it. Plan accordingly. Prep accordingly. Make sure you've got what you need. All your gas cans aren't full? Might want to go fill them up. Just a thought. Pinball out.